Why, hello, and welcome to another episode of First Chances with Chance. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about tests and quizzes. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. So, I recently studied for 5 hours for an exam that I had in one of my classes, and it still did not go very well. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna end up starting to watch some video lectures on YouTube for both of these classes, cause yeah, I'm starting to get the hang of all of it now, but what happens when I have the final that comes up? What happens when other stuff come up? Especially when both of the exams were supposed to be on the same day, but then my professor, instead of having another review lesson because he was having issues with the exam, decided to postpone it. And that whole weekend I worked. So it's not like I was really able to study very well. It was off and on studying instead of I like cramming and breaking up the amount that I study. So today I am going to watch some video lectures to understand this lesson a bit in organic chemistry. Second one, obvi, because I barely passed the first one. I don't know what happened with my notes from the first one. Well, there wasn't really any notes per se, but yeah, I think I passed that class somehow with a B. Shocker. I don't know how. But I definitely passed that class. I passed the lab at the state college that I went to, and then I definitely I passed the lab, and now I don't have to take lab, even though that at the college I'm at now, the lab for organic chem is both 1 and 2 together. I don't understand how that works. I really don't. Um, my academic advisor even said that I didn't have to take lab and that my class was the credits I got from the first lab were accepted. I'm okay, but how does that work? Because it's one, this lab is 1 and 2 at the college I'm at now. And I only took Orgo 1 lab. So I really don't understand how it works. I have to take physics, which I'm not looking forward to. But supposedly it's all algebraic math, easy algebraic math, which algebra wasn't too hard for me, so hopefully I'll be fine. If not, I'll always ask my friend for her notes beforehand. Or go to the tutor. Cause yeah, I'm still working on asking for help, but it is definitely getting a lot easier and I'm not really stressed out by asking for help anymore. So that is definitely a plus. But yeah, you know how some people are not very not very good test takers. Like this past organic chem exam that I was just telling you about, I literally probably would have gotten a better grade had I not second guessed a lot of my answers. I mean, I know that I was right about one of the questions that I changed, but as I write about all of the questions I changed, probably not. I probably was right on the first time, and I probably would have gotten an 80. Because I did study, I understood the material. It's just that going in, I, like, towards the last half, when it was like a time crunch, felt like a time crunch. Like, I hate being timed. I hate being timed, and it is not very good. That lotion that I used on my tattoo smells good. Sorry, sidetrack. ADHD brain. But yeah, like I definitely was not pretty. Like I got a 64. Yes, my grade increased from the first time that I took in it from the time that I took the first exam, but like I definitely like I got a 44 on the first exam, and then I got a 64 on this one. With stats, I got 60s both times. So it was not very pretty. Was not very pretty at all. And yeah, I am going to I at least understand this material a little bit better. Um like I understood bits and pieces from the first exam, like the first sections. One of my classmates was saying that this bit is just pretty much all the stuff from the beginning I'll put together. So as long as I understand this portion, I will get it. Yesterday I was not mentally present in class, so I missed that whole entire part. Um, yeah, stuff happened in the parking lot that we shall talk about in a separate episode because this family is still giving me a heartache. Um, like you can't own up to your part of the situation, then like you'd rather pay nothing than chip in a couple $100, even though that if we're to contact the insurance company, your insurance is going to skyrocket regardless. Your daughter's 19. It's going to skyrocket. It doesn't matter if it's your fault or not. Florida is a no fault state. Sorry, I am fixing my headband because it was falling off when I was shaving. Like regardless, it doesn't matter how like whose fault it is. Florida is a no fault state. My insurance opened the claim and closed the claim within an hour, saying I'm not responsible. So when you go to the fucking insurance, whenever you do, because I'm not communicating with you anymore. Sorry. Let's not talk about this. And leave it for another episode when I actually get to update you guys on what happened. But yeah, I was not mentally present yesterday in my first class, and I was supposed to review homework yesterday with my classmate after class, but my brain was not there after what had happened. So, yeah. Um, why is FedEx ground here? They don't get to Walgreens until like 12 o'clock. This is so early. But let's go ahead and take a quick break and be right back. So, yeah. I definitely, in order to like review all of the material, I'm just gonna go ahead and like watch videos and all of that. Spanish, I'm doing fine in. Like I got 100 on the last essay. I did pretty well on the oral interview. I got a 93, I think, which is pretty good with what happened. Like I think I have like a high B in that class. And then in my other class I have a low B. My online class I have a low B, which is pretty much essay based. So like it's not that I'm struggling in those classes. It's more of like the core classes, not the electives that I struggle in. Obviously not a good test taker, so I don't really like. I feel like going to these tutorings and actually going to SI yesterday, which is student instructor. I'm guessing because he is a student instructor, I guess. It's like tutoring, but he goes over and makes everything simple, like understandable. So I'm gonna go through and like go through his worksheets and all that to understand those. Yesterday was the perfect day because he went through the spider chart because he wasn't gonna have enough time. So that was definitely beneficial. So glad I did my oral interview on Thursday instead of yesterday with my other classmate that I became really close with. Me and her have been hanging out a lot, so like doing it with her on Thursday definitely benefited because I was able to go to SI during that time that I would have been reviewing for the oral interview in Spanish. And so yeah, but I will be right back. I'll be right back. So now that I am back, I am definitely like knowledgeable about what I have to do to make myself a better test taker. Honestly, I just have to remember to not second guess myself. I know sometimes it's hard when you're going through all the questions and then you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't look right. Wait a minute, that doesn't look right either. And then you just start second guessing yourself when like I just need to be confident in what I'm doing. Like I gotta know that I've got this. I know what's going on. And yeah, so I know this was a very short episode, but what can you expect when it's about tests and quizzes? Like, not everybody's gonna be a good test taker. I haven't been a good test taker my whole entire life. Like, I've literally been I've had ADHD my whole entire life. I know I'm not trying to blame it on my ADHD. I just haven't found the outlet to be able to truly be a good test taker. Like, yeah, I'll study and everything. But in high school, I never had to study. That's the thing. So I've always struggled with knowing when and when not to have to study. Now it's just, oh, I have to study regardless, review all of the material. Half the time my professors just rush through all of everything and I don't understand it. So I have to figure it out myself. back in high school, all of my teachers went slow for me. Not slow for me, but they took their time going over it regardless because they had a year. These classes are 3.5 months for a whole entire class. They're not able to go fully in depth about everything, and evidently in SI there's according to the SI instructor, they tried doing organic chem 5 at the college. I'm like, how the heck, like, I can barely get past organic chem 2. How am I supposed to get past organic chem 3, 4, and 5? Evidently not many students took 5. They better not add that to my required classes for me to graduate, because if that's the case, I'm not going to be able to graduate. Like, yeah, maybe Calc 3, not Calc 3, Organic Chem 3, but Organic Chem 5? Oh, hell no. What is that? All just reactions? That doesn't sound too pretty, but if you guys have any quiz and exam stories that you want to share, or even like study tips for everybody to know, because I really would like to be able to put a whole episode of your guys' stuff together into one episode or multiple, depending on all of that. So text or leave a voicemail to 561-320-7085. Again, text or leave a voicemail to 561-320-7085. DM First Chances with Chance on Instagram, or if you guys are watching the video portion, just comment down below. Bye guys, love you!